51865250. So it's read all that information. There's only data on 2 of the tracks. So now that I've got that data, I'll cancel this and let's write that. So swipe this card, it's been written. So there is one clone of my credit card. Let's clone another one. Two clones. 3 for good measure. There are 3 clones. I have got 3 clones of this credit card. These white cards are duplicates of this credit card. It's as simple as that to clone a credit card. And to prove the point, let's cancel this and let's read the data. So read this card. Notice all that information. So once again, 51865250. Read another card. So exactly the same information displays. Read this one. Exactly the same information displays. I've been able to clone this credit card in the matter of a few seconds. Now this is a big device, not very easy to hide it, but you get very small card readers and writers. Here's another example. Notice how small this one is. So this one, the MSRX, is a lot smaller, does the same thing. One of the versions of this can actually use Bluetooth, so I don't need a computer, I could simply connect it to my phone. So if you're interested, I'll demonstrate that in a separate video. Very, very easy to clone cards. Let's try this Visa card. And let's actually do something more interesting. It's going to look weird if you walk into a shop with one of these cards. So let's make this card, this credit card, because I don't know how many people are actually going to check all the numbers and whatnot. It is obviously possible to emboss cards with numbers and get cards of a different color. But let's read this card first. Okay, so that's red. Let's write this card. And there you go. That's been written. So if I read this debit card, notice the numbers on this start with 4659, but the actual numbers on the strip are 5186. In other words, this card. Now let's say I've got a whole bunch of cards and I want to quickly write their details. So I want to grab their details and then write fake cards or clone cards later. What I can do is read to a file. I'm just going to call this cards and I'll store this on the desktop. So I've got my cards file, and what it's telling me to do now is swipe each card. So here's a shopping rewards card from a retailer. This one is in South Africa. So scan that. That's been written. The only date on this card is on track 3. Here's a rewards card. So it gives me access to airport lounges. That's been read now. That's got data on track 1 and track 2. Here's a airline rewards card, so Air France. That's been written. And here's my credit card, so MasterCard. And here's my Visa debit card, which actually has the same details. But basically, I've just written the details of 5 cards to a file. So if I cancel that and then look at my card details, I've got all the card information in this file. And then I can write from a file. So I'll write from my cards file, and all I need to do now is swipe a whole bunch of cards through here. First card, second card, third card, fourth, fifth, and I'm done. I've now duplicated 5 cards in a matter of seconds. And that's why chip and pin has become more and more important. But like all things in life, as they implement more and more security, hackers find ways to get around the security. So in a separate video, I'm going to show you RFID. A lot of devices use RFID, but RFID has a lot of issues as well. Now again, this video is for educational purposes only. Please don't go and get into trouble by using devices like this. As a last test, actually, I'll just show you this device. So much smaller device. And again, there is a version of this device that uses Bluetooth. Also comes with a whole bunch of cards. So look at all these cards that I've got. So I could go and create a whole bunch of duplicates using this little machine. So all I need to do is literally plug it in. So let's see if we can read a card. So let's swipe this credit card. There you go, that's been read. Now let's see if we can write to one of these blank cards. One card is done. Second card is done. Okay, I had a write error on the third, but 2's enough, I think. So let's read the card that I created. Simple as that, to use a small device like this to read credit cards and create clones of those credit cards. Again, there is a Bluetooth version of this, so you could use your phone to control this to read and write cards. So very portable. Rather than lugging around a computer like this, you could use a phone and a small device like this to read and write. Be very careful with your credit cards. Be very careful with any other types of cards that you've got. It's very, very easy to clone cards such as these. Be very careful with them. Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like it. Please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel.